One of the beauties of the Medical Mission Sisters is that there's a real emphasis in ourselves growing to be our most whole person, to be our most authentic self.
I feel like I'm responding in the fullest way that I can to be the person I'm called to be.
I feel that healing charism is the Spirit of God calling us constantly to understand ever more deeply, what does it mean to be whole? What does it mean to actually be fully yourself and fully in God?
It's just a beautiful thing to see people come into their own, to see them claim the healing charism, and to see them find how it lives in their own life, how they can nourish it in their own life, and to see how all together we continue to grow and bloom as this beautiful bouquet.
To me, it's one of the most beautiful lives the one can ever have, and I'm enjoying every day and every moment.
I loved Anna Dingle from the start. I think I saw in her Austrian tanned and wrinkled face something close to the earth and close to God. Anna Dingle's presence among us, was always enlightening, in terms of what the needs were in the world and about her love for people and humanity.
Her need and her desire to have sisters be able to be doctors was born in her seeing in Rawalpindi that women and children were not getting medical help. The central thing for Mother was the mission. You did what you did because of the need. When she was doing her final talk, someone asked her a question and they said, "Well, Mother, why did you found the community?" And Mother pounded the table, as she was her German Austrian thing she could do. She pounded the table and she said, "Because of the need, because of the need." And that, I think, is perhaps one of the truest statements that would define her life. Because of the need.
She was like an arrow shot straight to the target. She had one view, she had this vision, this need to bring health and healing to underserved people, especially women and children, Muslim women and children.
One of her prayers is about love. Her first line is, "Love is daring." And I think that in life as a medical mission sister, in whatever way we live out that healing role, that we have to be daring in our love.
We talk about being a healing presence at the heart of a wounded world, at the heart of the community of life, in the spirit of Jesus the healer. And that is quite a work. What is it to be compassion? What is it really to be the heart and hands and feet of Jesus? It kind of sounds pious, but in my experience, the living out of it is just plain hard work. And it's happy work, it's also challenging work.
I worked at a telephone company before I entered, and sometimes I was bored stiff. And I can truthfully say, after what is now it is more than 66 years as a medical mission sister, I have never been bored in all that time.
You have a wonderfully large family of medical mission sisters, and that is an encouragement, it's a support, it's a tough love kind of a thing where people draw you out into areas where you didn't think you could go.
We are 600 sisters all over the world. I am part of that total ministry. So even though I'm doing a very small thing, I am aware that what they're doing in Africa and what they're doing in India, that's also mine. And because of that, we can do an incredible amount of healing and wholeness and good work. And everybody just puts their piece on the line, and this is what I can do. And together, that's, to me, community.
An associate in the Medical Mission Sisters means in our life, in our families, in our professions, in the ministries that we choose to become involved in. That is where we take the charism, the energy or the spirit of that charism, and live it out. That richness of living the charism is the way we speak of it. Again, joins us as a community, whether we are lay or whether we are vowed members.
We have very strong relationships in the community. We have a real sense of community with one another here in North America and connected all around the world. And there is such a richness in that. Like, the world is large. I might be in Camden, New Jersey, but I am connected to this global network around the world, and we all have fire to be that healing presence. That's a very powerful thing. So I'm a little cog in a big wheel. And we, as a community, are a little cog in a big wheel. So any work that I would do in the society, it can be anything. If I do it with that spirit, it is a work that is fulfilling.
We need models like David, who were extraordinarily trustful.
I couldn't have been in a better situation to live my life, the kind of freedom that it gave me, you know, the kind of encouragement of the orientation that was deepest in me, you know, that is the search for God and how I'm supposed to be for God in the world.
To what do I feel called? And in what way can I become the person that I'm most fully meant to be? I love it. I continue to love it. Not that there aren't challenging times and I don't get frustrated and all of that, but there's a rightness that I feel, and I think, you know, that is possible in religious life. And for those others that are called to it, I would wish the same for them. And I continue to feel that some are called to this. And if they are, I would just encourage them to go for it.
It's been a beautiful journey ever since I've joined. Not that it wasn't without difficulties and suffering and challenges, but I would not give up one day of my past life, and I'm just so grateful. And I thank God every day for my vocation and for having had this opportunity and still have the opportunity to serve and to carry on with the charism.
Imagine, here I am going to be 90 years old next February, and everything can still be new, and you're still enthusiastic. Isn't it true? I mean, that's a gift. That is an absolute gift.
It's wonderful. It's a wonderful life. It's a wonderful mission. And if there's anything within a person that calls them to this type of a life and to this type of services, go for it. You go, girl.